M. Toga. 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 Toga.
Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. This is going to be a rewind, recap, replay, and analysis of the Whitney Stakes at Saratoga over this past weekend. I'm going to run through the replay several different times, try to point out some pivotal parts of the race that maybe you didn't see with the naked eye. Then probably later on in the show, so stick around. I'm going to do a little bit of speculation on where these horses might land for the Breeders' Cup in the fall, which will be interesting. So we'll try to piece that together after watching these replays and analysis. And then also, before we get started, I just wanted to give my condolences to the Bill Parcells and the connections of the barn that owned Maple Leaf Mel, along with trainer Melanie Giddings, who the horse was named after, and she just picked up as a trainer. She's an up-and-coming new trainer that picked up this horse, and it's won every race it's ran in. She ran the race of a lifetime in the test and was winning it all the way down the stretch. And I was watching it live on Fox, and approximately 50 to 70 yards before the wire, the horse took a bad step and broke a front foot and just went over and threw the jockey Joel Rosario off unseated before crossing the finish line. And it just, I can't tell you the feeling I got when I saw it. It was just heart-wrenching and shocking, and I just screamed, "Oh no, oh no, oh no," several times. And then especially when I saw Joel hit the ground and he rolled over and got up right away. And as often as things happen, it's the horse that gets the worst of it. And the filly jumped up and was hobbled. And I knew right away in the back of my mind, it's catastrophic. And that's ended up being the case. So the horse did have to be humanely euthanized over that. So just really, really sorry that had to happen. And it just really put a damper on the rest. Definitely the next race. And it took I don't know if it had any effect. These jockeys, they and the trainers get very, very attached, like family members with these horses. So we press on, just like when family members pass away, we got to move on with life. Anyway, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smash the like button, leave a comment, and let's get started. Okay, so to set this up, we have Cody's Wish going off at a massive overlay of 1 to 2 odds. So I'll probably start this video here in a second, and I'll jump in with some thoughts as we go. And if you watch the betting video or the preview video, I believe the betting video I was mentioning, how do we try to beat this horse, Cody's Wish? It's all a horse we all root for, blah, blah, blah. But my two candidates were Charge It and White Abarrio, were, I thought, the two that were most likely to beat Cody's Wish. So as they break from the gate, you see White Abarrio goes right out front along with Giant Game, the 3-horse. And then you have the number 1 Zandon, who I said always competes, the number 2 Charge It, number 4 Last Samurai, followed by Cody's Wish, who got off to a very slow start. And actually, after I look back at it, and I'll show it to you at the gate, you can see one of the gate crew is pushing his way through and pushing Cody's Wish up against the gate. And it looks like before he even gets fully out of the way, the gate opens up and Cody's Wish is just not prepared for the gate break, and then stumbles coming out just a bit. So he spots the field like 4 lengths right off the bat, which is no bueno in this type of race. So White Abarrio, we get back into the race after that. White Abarrio is sitting perfect right on the right hip of the leader, Giant Game. And then you have the 4 others filed in behind. Cody's Wish, like I said, had lost about 4 lengths to the group early on. Now, White Abarrio actually went into a slump. I probably mentioned this before, and you've seen it after the kind of poor finish at the Kentucky Derby last year, 2022. But I had noticed a kind of a change into him the last couple of races showing a spark of life when they sent him out in that 7 furlong optional claimer, which he rolled on. I felt like it kind of gave him a win and maybe the horse some confidence. And then they tried him at the Met Mile where he ran third, but he wasn't much of a match for Cody's Wish in that one. Say what you want about Rick Dutrow after he went over to the barn, but the guy's a hell of a trainer. And it seemed like he did some things that benefited White Abarrio, and hopefully it's not what you think it is. But anyway, that's just a joke. Speculation only over his reputation. But opening quarter goes in 24:41. The pack stays about the same all the way through the half mile in 48:27. So honest, but not fast. Going into the turn is when White Abarrio moves up to try to take the lead from Giant Game. Cody's Wish is being called upon. Zandon begins his move. Charget's moving on the inside. The Samurai is last, so to speak. And then Giant is game for the turn to home. So White Abarrio does take the lead from a somewhat stubborn Giant Game. Charget had good position on the inside and room to run. And then Cody was to the far outside making his final push. And this is kind of where you see it. White Abarrio, those ears are pinned back. And, probably in a display of both anger and dominance, the way this horse has been running, throughout its stumbles, through its career. It just seems like it was saying, today is my day. I finally got you guys. I am the best today. You're not stopping me from winning this race. And he's just plowing down the field. Very, very impressive looking gray. The big gray was lights out start to finish in this one. And disappointing loss for Cody's Wish to sum things up. Not at his best is what I said in the previous video is going to be a reason he gets beat. And I think that happened. But it's not a full excuse because I don't know that he would have beat White Abarrio on this day anyway. Now, Zandon does what he always does, competes every time. Solid second place finish. Charge It, I thought I'd expect more, but really, honestly, it's hard to gauge and predict how the horses would have run in a different scenario because when these guys, jockeys, at least my opinion, getting down the stretch, they know if they've got a shot or not. And after seeing what happened a few races ago, maybe they don't want to push these horses as hard down the stretch. They want to maintain their position. And if they're not being challenged, why get the whip to the horse when they know they're not going to win the race? That's just kind of my feeling. Just speculation, but, live to fight another day type thing. So anyway, to sum things up and to put a bow on everything, Future Breeders' Cup, where do we go from here? Now, there is plenty of stakes races next month and the month after that worth tons of money. But I think White Abarrio is heading to the Classic. I think he proved himself worthy with this race. I don't know that they'll try to run him in between. So it's hard to say because it is a big gap in almost 90 days. And then Cody's Wish, I think, could still go to the Classic. But he would probably just walk it out in the dirt mile, but that's half the money. Now the distaff is another one. That's 1 1/8 miles. So that's more. I don't know the 1 1/4 miles is going to be his jam or not. But I think the distaff would probably be likely more than anything if he doesn't go to the Classic, obviously. So if they think he was legit not at his best and had a reason behind it, maybe they run him back. So much the same for Zandon. I like the Zandon for the distaff personally. I think he would be more competitive in that race. I don't know. He would obviously compete, like I said. So it depends on where his connections can go. I can see Charge It maybe going after the dirt mile. But it depends on what's going to happen the next couple of months. But we got more stakes coming this week. I believe Arlington Millions on the table. So I'm definitely going to be on that. And we'll have several other stakes races. So I'm looking forward to bringing you that content. Till the next time, see you soon.